I'm not gonna lie, today's video is really hard to make. I always try to keep it light. I always try to keep it positive and just have a bit of fun with it. And there's been events in the past that I kind of just breeze through, just try to keep things lighthearted and give a laugh or positivity through some of the harsher moments. But it would be an injustice, and it's hard not to talk about the events that happened during the game, and the fact that this world we live in, this is still happening. I don't have the answers. Players don't. It's unfair to make them figure it out, or us. It's also hard for me to sit here and say, oh, I won't go on about my day and do my job, when the players, especially the colored athletes, had to deal with that. So I'll do my best to do a different version of the podcast today. It's hard to look at that event though and be like, well, anyways, Yule had a good game, which he did. Grazo's assist was cool. Espinoza on fire. Yada, yada, yada. That's some of the things. So I feel like it'd be unfair if I didn't do my job, but it's also hard to look at the game when it's all been overshadowed by that. And just a huge props to Abobasi, who was there in the front of it, had to deal with it, and all the players. That's a tough situation. I can sit here and pretend like I would have known how to act or know how to act. I just feel like there's nothing right to say. And you just hope you're doing it best, but I hope they're okay above all else. And it's just disgusting. That's something we have to deal with today. But I'm just gonna do fan questions today because I guess it's not fair to the fans, or I don't know. It's frustrating, but we'll just start with "It's a Football Life to Me," who summarizes it perfectly. Say no to racism. Yeah. Yeah. I just hope the guys are all right. Michael B. Pastor says, what do we need to do to improve to get 3 points on the road? I think it's just a winning mentality we need to learn. This game's difficult. I can't imagine the headspace everyone was in after that. It's frustrating. I'm just really frustrated right now. I'm trying to keep my head, and I can only imagine them. But yeah, we haven't really had a winning culture, especially in a long time. So it's just learning how to not panic in those final 5 minutes. Oh God, we have the lead. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Trying not to have that be our mentality versus, all right, we got it locked down. Just do this. They're panicking. There's sort of an energy you feel when you're in a game or you're at the stadium. I think everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about. You don't see on TV, that sort of electricity and just feel in the air. And there's just sort of a feel of like, oh God, don't lose. Oh God, just get it out. Versus being like, no, we got this. And you got to put that energy onto them and be like, no, you're not going to score. Don't mess up that pass, or otherwise it's going to be bad for you. You're not going to see the ball for a while. There's no real way to do that other than building the winning culture. We just got to get used to that being our culture. Good question. Ivan Lar says, we need a solid Wando style number 9. Abobasi is good, but he's not in the box when we need him. I think he does different type of runs that opens up either Cade or Espinoza, and he does a good job of checking back. So I think it's more than Abobasi does a lot more than, yes, I know he's a striker and he misses a lot of chances, but he also scores a lot of us, but also is a lot of off-ball work, off-ball movement that's been opening up for us. I agree with what you're saying, because Cade hasn't been there, Benji hasn't been there. It would be nice if we just had that one more poacher style. But I think we're doing good with what we have, and I love Jabo. I know you weren't bashing on either. I get what you're saying. You're making a good point. There are a lot of times that it crashes in. We just need that Wando style tap in. So that's a good observation. SJ Smash says, to the 18 minutes, 21. But yeah, a stoppage affect the game negatively, positively. You can only imagine negatively. As far as what happened and when they scored, you can't say it affected us negatively or positively, just because those minutes were going to get played anyways. I'd say negatively because I can't imagine the headspace. I mean, they're professional athletes, and unfortunately, the world we live in, I'm sure those guys are more than used to that, which doesn't mean it's okay. I think it's even worse, but again, that's a topic for something else. It's just really frustrating. I can only imagine the headspace and the cooling down and a bunch of other things that I honestly probably don't understand. Yeah, so I would imagine negatively. Can't blame the loss on that, or feels like a loss. But I think there's something bigger than the game, so negatively, definitely. And then Michael B. Pastor's final one. Cade's mustache or Benji's new hair. I'm growing out the facial hair myself, so I got to go with the mustache. Y'all remember me with the blonde hair a little bit, probably. I wanted white hair too, so I can kind of respect Benji's, but I like the little yeehaw look of Cade's, even though he just shaved it, so yeah.